show. We had Dangerous Lee with us live, and also we had Ted Valley, two great guests. It's been phenomenal. We've had people call in. We've had people actually send a ton of emails, and the website hits have been off the charts. So those two people brought a lot of people in to listen to our show, so we're real happy about that. And we're excited about today's show. We got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. Plus, I want you guys to tell me what you want to talk about. So we'll be talking about a ton of stuff. A special guest. We have a special guest coming in a little bit later to talk to you. You're going to like her. Let me tell you. The guest list here at the Ryan Eashoo Show is really stacking up quickly. So if you're interested in coming on the show, you can email me at ryaneashoo@aol.com. That's ryaneashoo@aol.com. Send me an email, say, hey, I want to be on the show, or this is what I'd like to talk about. I'm also on Facebook under Ryan Eashoo or The Ryan Eashoo Show. You can look me up, add me as a friend. And we've done a couple, I've asked my friends on there what they wanted to talk about, what topics matter to them, and we're going to be talking about some of those things today. So if you want to get in on the conversation between now and our next week's show, you can add me at Facebook at Ryan Eashoo or The Ryan Eashoo Show at Facebook. And we can talk there, and you can tell me what you think, what you're thinking about, and share stuff. But to get started today, Flint Generals hockey is in full force. That's right, the Generals are back. Their home opener was last Friday, and they won. They kicked butt, 3-1. They won, the Flint Generals, in front of a crowd of 1,797 people. So that was great to see. Just as a disclaimer, I am a proud sponsor of the Flint Generals 2009-2010 hockey team. I encourage all of you to go out there, check out the team, root on the home team. It's our only professional hockey team. So actually, it's our only professional team, period. So get out there and support them. It was really great to see. And in Saturday's game for the Flint Generals, they lost, but they put up one heck of a fight. They played a good game at home once again. Almost 1,500 people in attendance. It was great, a great turnout. And they lost. So 2 games in the season, they're 1-1. And the morale of the team is high. So we're excited about that. Coach Peter South been very, very busy, but we're hoping to get him on the show next week or the week after. He has committed to us. And some of the problems that they had, anytime you open a season with a professional team, you're always going to have hiccups. And the big thing this year so far has been the heating issue. There's been no heat at Piranha Arena. So the fans have been basically in like 30-degree temperatures there, which is below what it should be. And the Flint Generals are going to make it up to you. Basically, the press release that we have just basically says that they're going to do something for the fans to compensate for the discomfort. So that's very, very positive. And the next game is this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. That's this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at Piranha Arena. You can go to flintgenerals.com to check out more information, order season tickets. They're still available. Check out what's happening. But the Flint Generals are off to a good start. We can talk about that today if anybody would like to. Really excited about the Generals this year. I think that they're going to kick butt. I think that they're going to have a good team. They're going to be very competitive. And quite frankly, I think they're going to make the playoffs. So that's really, really exciting. A couple emails since our last show. Deborah in Clio emailed me and said, Ryan, we appreciate your show, but let's not sugarcoat anything. Let's keep things the way they are, and let's talk about the real issues. You can talk about all the positives, but what about the negatives? I think you should be fair and balanced. Deborah, I believe we are fair and balanced, and we want to talk about the positives. Everybody, you turn on abc12news.com, and you get the negative side. So we want to focus on the positives, and we're also going to talk about the negatives, but we want to talk about what the problems are and come up with solutions. So I appreciate your comment, Deborah, but the fact of the matter is we're talking about both, and I think that's important. We're looking for your emails. You can send them to ryaneashoo@aol.com. That's ryaneashoo@aol.com. Tell me what you want to talk about or any of your questions, concerns, complaints. We talk about the good and the bad, and we're going to talk about everybody's emails, and there's not going to be some emails that we're just not going to talk about. If people are listening at home and they want to call in, our number is 810-208-1854. That's 208-1854. They can call into the show, ask your questions, or if you want to talk about something. A lot of stuff happening around town. This just came over the newswire. I don't know if anybody at home has heard about this. Almost 8,000 Michigan residents have applied for the medical marijuana program in the first 6 months. That's huge. This news just came today. About 88% of Michigan residents who applied for the state's medical marijuana program have been accepted and granted cards that allow them to legally use marijuana for medical purposes. And according to the Department of Community Mental Health, which oversees the program, about 1,035 of the 7,986 applications submitted to the department were denied. So about 1,100 of the 8,000 were denied, primarily due to missing paperwork or errors in the forms. MDCH on average has received about 205 applications a week since the program started in April. So that's been pretty huge. As many of you guys know, medical marijuana has been approved in the state of Michigan for medical uses. So 8,000 people. What do people think about that? I know a lot of listeners listen to the Compassion Club, which is the radio show that is before me here on flinttalkradio.com. But a lot of people are talking about medical marijuana. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it something that's going to help people cope with the pain? Is it something that is going to cause more problems? Is it a gateway drug, like people say? We want to hear from you. What do you think? We've talked about the Flint Generals a little bit and what they're doing, and those are some positive things. Another email over the weekend from David from Flint. Ryan, hang up your mic and move on with your life. Stick to your day job. Wow. Stick to my day job. I think it's only about 4:40, so I am doing my day job here. But we're going to talk about the issues. We're sorry you don't appreciate our show. We hope you tune in more and let us know exactly what you don't like about it and be a part of the broadcast. And don't forget, if you're in downtown Flint and you're hungry, don't forget to check out the Lunch Studio. I don't know if any of my friends that are out there listening right now have been to the Lunch Studio. I'm sure you have. But the Lunch Studio is the alternative to the greasy burger. You know, the really greasy burger. I mean, they have all these good sandwiches. My favorite is the turkey on wheat with cheese, extra mayo, and I get like a Fuse soda. That's my favorite one at the Lunch Studio. But they have a ton of sandwiches, homemade soups. They deliver free anywhere in the downtown Flint area. And Tracy and the girls at the Lunch Studio, let me tell you, they go above and beyond for you. They got great service, great food, and they really, really care about you, and they want to make sure that you're happy. So when in downtown Flint, check out the Lunch Studio. It's located at 444 South Saginaw Street in downtown Flint. I think I can hear my producer talking for some reason. Anyway, also, don't forget to claim your... I can hear you, John.
You can go to their website if you want, and it's Genesee3c.org if you want to call them. So anyway, 3c.org.
We're listening to our producer talk right now, but
so anyway, so that's where it's at. So
let's listen in and see if there's anything important they're talking about.
Another show going on, so I have to get back to that one. So yeah, Genesee.
Is that your girlfriend, John?
Sorry.
Are you talking to your girlfriend? I always tell him, tell your girlfriend to call you when it's not my damn show.
I'm sorry about that. It was somebody else calling from. They just missed out on the other show. So anyway, sorry about that.
The show is going on right now.
Yeah, well, the other show was up previous.
We can talk about marijuana.
Well, that's
I can get a contact buzz here in the studio today. So it's
yeah.
If they want to talk about marijuana, we can talk with them.
No, it's like he just had a question for Jeremy. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know if I couldn't. I just didn't want to. I didn't know where you stopped. I'm sorry. I had to take the phones
Why
off.
can we hear it? Do you know?
You could hear it?
Yeah, I could hear you talking.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. See,
yeah.
I didn't have it on. So I am sorry.
No, it's okay.
About
No
that.
big deal.
Yeah.
But how's everything going with you, John?
I'm embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
Yeah. So anyway, just embarrassed. Anyway, so we've had a lot of phone calls coming in earlier, like I told you, and a lot of hang-ups.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's weird.
So,
I don't know.
Well, people just like to prank people. So
prank us now.
Yeah. So
anyway.
Anyway,
well, that's good. For many of you guys that don't know that are listening at home, John is one of our producers here, and we thank John Wilson and Steve Myers for all their help. You don't see them, but they're back there. They're doing the stuff, making sure things work, and that you can hear me properly. So we want to thank you guys, and thank you, John and Steve Myers, for all their help. As I was saying, the next place I want to talk about is the Yoga Loft. I don't know if people at home have been to the Yoga Loft, but their slogan is claim your space in a peaceful place. And the Yoga Loft is revitalizing downtown with a healthy mind and a healthy body. Come on in, relax, and find your center in a friendly atmosphere. yoga does the body good. They got yoga pretty much Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And if you come to their 12:15 Sunday yoga program, you can stay for tea time and pillow talk. That's tea time and pillow talk at their 12:15 Sunday sessions. And you can check them out on Facebook at Yoga Loft, or you can go to yogaloftflint.com or call Lois at 397-6091 for more details. The battle is on to stave Buckham Gallery. That's right. The Buckham Gallery in Flint, the future is undecided right now. Funds have been dwindling from the state and problems have happened. And they need funding. They need help. They need your donation. They need you to come in and watch shows. They need you. The Buckham Gallery in downtown Flint, they've been serving Flint for decades. They're low on cash right now. Their operating budget's been slashed because of the state budget deficit. And the people of Flint love the Buckham Gallery. I've been to tons of shows there. I went to Rocky Horror Picture Show a few years back, and it was great. So make sure you go to Buckham Gallery and give them a donation if you can, or go see one of their shows or volunteer. Spread the word about Buckham Gallery because we need them here. We need that kind of culture here, along with Vertigo Theatrics, and we also have Flint City Theater, to name a few. Flint City Theater, as many of you know, is at the Good Beans Cafe in historic Carriagetown. They're a great theater group too. If you get a chance, check them out. That would be great. And we're going to go for a commercial break right now, but when we come back, we have a very special guest I want you to meet. Really a fantastic lady. You're going to be impressed, so you're going to want to tune in. Don't move. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
FlintTalkRadio.com.
FlintTalk.com, the place where people can...
Whoa! I'm not sure where that guy is from, but he's not from Flint. I am from Flint. Hi, this is comedian Brian McCree. And whether I'm home or on the road making people laugh, I always check out FlintTalk.com to see what people are talking about. So if you've got an opinion, post it on FlintTalk.com. As a comedian, I always have an opinion. For instance, I'm really starting to regret the invention of the cell phone. It's gone way past cool to just straight up annoying. I don't need you in front of me at Walgreens chirping away on the Nextel to Mom and them talking about what flavored Doritos y'all want. And does the entire store and everybody in the 2-block radius need to know that your mama wants nacho cheese flavored? Take that crap off speakerphone. We want your opinion. While you're there, hit the Brian McCree link. Listen to clips off my new CD, or watch my hilarious new short film, Flint is Safe. FlintTalk.com. Tell your friends about it.
Hey, I'm Dangerously, and you may have read my short story, Till Death Do Us Part, in the New York Times best-selling anthology, Succulent, Chocolate Flavor 2, presented by Zane. Well, things get even hotter between the pages of Keep Your Panties Up and Your Skirt Down. Check it out at pantiesupskirtdown.com. And remember, keep it dangerous.
Have you ever thought about becoming a podcaster? Are you a talk show host that's looking for additional ways to get your message out? Are you a business that wants to expand its advertising to the ever-growing podcast listening audience? I have 3 words for you. Flint Talk Radio. At Flint Talk Radio, we have a professionally staffed recording studio located in Flint, Michigan that's sure to meet all your recording needs. Contact us for more information by going to flinttalkradio.com and click on the Contact Us link. That's flinttalkradio.com.
Kind of match.
flinttalkradio.com.
We're back with the Ryan Eashoo Show, and in my studio is Lynne Waybright. Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
A lot of people out there right now are wondering who you are. Can you take a moment and tell us who you are, what you do? Who is Lynne Waybright?
Who is Lynne Waybright? I am a mother of 3. I'm a wife. My husband, his name is Bruce, and also we have a dog named Lily. She's a Great Dane puppy. Everybody knows Lily. What else am I? I really care about the neighborhood. I care about Flint. And that's why we moved over here, because there's so much potential here in Flint. There's so much diversity, and it's just like we can band together to do so much. I mean, you've heard so much about Flint being the hood, and especially where I live. I live on Seminole Street, and it's just like, oh, you live in the hood. No, I live in a neighborhood. I am living in a place that's really growing and thriving, and just so many opportunities that are available to us. That's who I am. It's just getting out there in the neighborhood, taking charge, putting in programs, doing things like Halloween parties, cleanups. We've done a lot of mentoring. I couldn't believe it on my street the first year that we moved over here, how many children in our area that didn't know how to read. So I just brought them in the house and say, okay, let's learn how to read. Let's do math. And let's do writing and reading and arithmetic, the whole thing. And it's just like that's kind of snowballed. And it's just like one program went to another program, went to another program. And then I got involved with Applewood and their initiative programs or leadership programs. And then I just kept on going to meetings and meeting people and networking. And that's about me. It's just getting out and doing things. And don't tell me that things aren't possible, because I'll make them possible.
And that's what a lot of people do. And you're a candidate for the 5th Ward City Council,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay. And the election is when?
November the 3rd. So
it's coming up.
please get out and vote. Don't sit back and say, oh, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. No, every single vote counts. You've got to get out and vote.
So we have a little bit about what, 2 weeks to go maybe?
14 days.
14 days, yep. And I see you're not running unopposed. You run against another candidate.
Correct.
And you live in the 5th Ward. That's great. And what have you been doing? Where'd you move from? You came from where to
Owasso.
Flint? Owasso.
We moved over Owasso. We had a very successful bed and breakfast over there. It's internationally known.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we were having guests from Taiwan and England and Germany and I believe it was Australia too. But my father had 3 heart attacks, and it was the right time for him to slow down. And I wanted to move on. I wanted to actually bring that concept over to Flint and bring it more into a travel and tourism industry, because there's so much money that can be made and generate in the city when you have like the orchestra, you have all the art, you have the downtown area that's starting to come back to life. And it's just like this is the type of programs where we can tap into with all the bus tour industry that are the bus tour companies that I know. They're just beg me, Lynn, are you going to start this up again? Yeah, we are, when the right time comes. And so, like I said, about 3.5 years ago, we moved over from Owasso, and I love it. The people are great. I mean, I don't care what anybody else says. You got to come to Flint and live.
Right.
It's really great.
There's going to be some people that are listening, the naysayers out there, are going to be like, you moved from Owasso to Flint.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Come on over. It is. It's just so great here. I mean, I can walk down and see, something new every day. And it's not like it's banging and ganging and stuff like that. I mean, I can go next door to my neighbor and talk with them, and I can learn so much. I can just drive 5 minutes and I'm downtown, and there's so much to do here that I couldn't do in Owasso. I mean, we were in a bubble. We were literally in a bubble. There's nothing to do. And it's just like, there's so much more to life. I mean, we have got so much diversity here, and people and culture. And it's just like, this is what life is all about, is learning and growing and networking and making it a win-win situation for everybody.
But Flint doesn't have a castle, though.
Oh, we can make one.
Don't you guys have that little castle there?
You knew about our castle?
Was it Kerwood or Kerwin Castle?
Yeah. Yeah, that was just an art studio.
Did somebody? I heard someone live there.
But I thought you meant our castle. My parents, in the backyard of our bed and breakfast, they bought the boys a castle.
Right.
And it was a little wooden playscape type of thing, but it was the castle, and everybody knew us as the bed and breakfast with the castle. So I thought, you knew about that?
No, I was talking about the
Kerwood
Castle. Yeah.
Yeah. James Oliver Kerwood, that was his writing studio.
Yeah.
He used to live just right up over the bridge.
And he's world known.
Yes, he
that
is.
Guy is. I've done a lot of research on him, and people are really, they really like that guy, and he's internationally known. So that's great. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I appreciated about you is the fact that you're out there getting your hands dirty. I mean, you're not in a dress today or anything dressed up, but you're here. You came to the show, and you're talking to people. You're out doing cleanups. Your husband as well, and you
80,
guys
80 plus. just since June.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and that is so positive for me. And I think the listeners out there, that you're out there doing these things and improving your community, you know? And I know where you live. I mean, I'm in the 5th Ward.
Okay.
And I know where you live, and it's like, we need all the help we can get. Unfortunately, the people that have been there, you know, from years past, haven't did an adequate job. And every day the blight, and nobody wants blight in their neighborhood.
No. Well, you know, one of the reasons why I'm running for this office is because I have such strong feelings for the people, and I care so much about them, and I see what's happening out there in our neighborhoods. And it's just like 3 years ago, I really started the blight thing, as you were saying, working with John Carpenter. At the time, he was the department head of transportation. I said, John, what we really, really need is to start enforcing these codes.
Right.
Get in there and do it. And he says, we can do it. And he says, actually, first he said he couldn't do it because he didn't have the manpower. I said, forget about that. I said, I'll go up and down the streets. I said, I'll get my little camera. I said, I'll write down the addresses, take pictures, and give them to you. And he said, you do that? And I said, darn tootin'. And so that's when we started. We started going, Bruce and I, my husband, went up and down every single street, started taking down complaints. If it was sidewalks, it was garbage, if it was an illegal eviction, the works. And because of that, and people don't realize this, 37 houses were demolished because of all of my, complaints to John Carpenter. And also the big commercial building up on DuPont and Dayton.
Yes,
Remember
yes.
that ugly
Oh,
thing?
yes.
I called John Carpenter every single week on that. John, when are we going to do this? John, when are we going to do that? And it's just like the week that building was going to go down, John called me up and said, Lynn, he says, I gave you an early Christmas present. I said, what's that? He says, do you know that building you keep harping me on? I said, yeah. He says, it's going down this week. He says, so now don't call me for the rest of the month. And I didn't. But, it's just little things like that that really got me motivated. And when the people are saying, Lynn, we can call you. And it's just like, I'm not kidding. I get calls starting at anywhere from 6 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes because of the different shifts people are on, I'll get a call at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, Lynn, I'm sorry I'm calling you so late, but can you help me with this? And it's just like, sure. That's what I'm here for. Public service, you've got to be there full time. I'm sorry. I mean, if you can't do it, if you can't be there full time, get out of the race. Don't do it.
Sure. Now, what do you think? A lot of people are talking to Flynn about taking the council from 9 members to 7, or to, eliminate some city council people. I believe that city council is a full-time job.
It is.
They classify it as a part-time job.
No.
What do you think about what's your position on shrinking from 9 to 7?
If the city council were doing their job, then 9 council members would be adequate, because there's so much to do, really. And one person, I'm not even on city council yet, and I am literally running. Like today, I am out doing all kinds of activities for people within the ward. Now, if you stretch it out more, and it's just like, am I giving the same quality and care to more people?
Right.
I just want to make sure that their safety and their quality of life is the same as everybody. And it's just like, it concerns me. I mean, I want to first find out who are they going to eliminate.
Right.
What areas are they going to eliminate? And there's a lot to this. Right now, I can't see it. I mean, I really want city council to start doing their job and start being a full-time person for the people.
Right. And you're kind of a city council person already. I mean, you're in the trenches.
Yep.
You're motivating people. That's inspiring. We really like that on the show. You're out there cleaning up vacant lots. I mean, before I knew who you were, I seen this woman and this guy and all these people clean up all these properties. I'm like, I wonder who the heck that is. And it's just someone cleaning up the lot. Okay. Then, probably a couple months later, this has been going on for a year or so.
Years, yeah. It's actually 2 years now we've been doing this.
And, I drive by, I seen you again. So I started asking, who's this woman that's cleaning up all these properties and all these people helping her? And I found out that it was you. And I think that's great.
Yeah. But we're not doing just cleanups. Also, we just did last Saturday, we did a crime prevention conference where we brought an expert. His name was Henry Reyna from Saginaw, that is a crime prevention specialist. And he was talking about what we can do. And believe it or not, one of the first things that came out of his mouth was, blight. Get rid of the blight, which we are doing. He said, do the code enforcement, which I keep pressing and keep talking about to council and say, come on, let's get these codes, enforced, and, stop having $25 fees. You know what? These people that are, taking these houses and just letting them rot, they've got money. They're from, Texas, California. Stop popping with $5,000 fines. You can go in your yard and, not and scream and yell because somebody's trashing your yard, but you can come to Flint and trash ours? No, no more.
Right.
Especially under my watch, I'm going to go after them tooth and nail. And I've written letters to people and had pictures to some of these landlords and land or homeowners and say, you know what, would you like to live like this? Why are you making our neighborhoods look like that? But with that, our crime prevention conferences, we're doing monthly meetings. We've been doing that for now over 2 years, where we keep informing people of issues that are happening. I've been writing grants, several grants right now. We found out last year through Salem Housing, there was a grant for $400 per house to help fix up their home.
Oh, wow.
And the boundaries, I went door to door. And I let everybody know that you do know that you're eligible for this grant. And just alone on my home or on my street on Seminole, 10 people got $400.
Wow.
So that's $4,000 that we were able to get. But that's all part of it. You get out there and you do.
Right. And that's what, I've lived in the 5th Ward and 6th Ward ever since I've lived in Flint. And, we haven't had people that were proactive. They'll run, they'll make promises, they'll get elected.
Reactive,
yeah. And you never see them again.
That's right.
And then you go to the city council meetings and then they're sleeping or they're on a cell phone call behind the city council chambers. And it's like, you work for us.
Yeah, do they?
The city council people work for us. And I think a lot of them don't realize that. And let's be honest here, a lot of them do a phenomenal job.
Yes.
But we need people, that are going to be proactive. And it sounds like you already are. And actually, I seen you on the news. You won an award. Tell us about that. What's this award you won?
Well, actually, this year I was really honored. I received the Volunteer of the Year award from the City of Flint through the Human Relations Commission, and I was just flabbergasted. And that's kind of humbling because it's just like when we first came over here, everybody says, "Oh, nobody cares. Nobody, is gonna." Say that you're doing a good job, but it's just like someone or some people nominated me for all the work that I have done and my leadership within the community. And it's just like when I received the letter, it's just like, wow, this is really affecting people. It's really changing their lives. It's helping people. And that's what it's all about.
Sure.
Just making sure everybody has the same quality of life and caring for your neighbor, I know I'm guilty of this. I'm not a Twitter.
Right.
I just don't. My thumbs have arthritis anyhow, but my excuse. And I don't usually get on the internet a whole lot. I am trying to learn. I am out there. I just let me talk to you one-on-one. Let me go to your house. Let me see what's going on. Let me go up and down these streets, Let me make telephone calls to you. Are you okay,
Right.
That's
what people want. And I've been to a lot of community meetings that you've been at, and I run into people and Lynne Waybright, she's running for 5th Ward. Have you talked to her? And that impresses me too, because, quite frankly, my city, the seat you're seeking, the incumbent is not running for re-election.
right.
And she's been a lame duck. She has not served our area or my neighborhood, and we've needed help, and she's just turned a blind eye and a deaf ear.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited that we have people that want to run, people that are getting dirty. You're not afraid to get dirty.
Nope, I'm not. You just ask everybody that just saw me with poison ivy. Oh, it was horrible. I tell everybody, and this is the God honest truth about this, I will take childbearing over poison ivy any day. Just
really.
Oh, it's horrible. It is horrible. So, but it's worth it. Because now I'm getting calls from people where we've gone and done the cleanup, and they said, "Lynne, we can't thank you enough. You really changed the neighborhood, and that's what we need to do, is just get in there and give them a little bit of hope and say, you know what, I care about you, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to clean up and I'm going to do everything I possibly can." I don't have all the answers.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't have all the answers, but you know what? I'm going to make sure that I make the telephone calls. I'm going to do the research, and I'm going to get back with you and make sure that you know what your options are. Or here's the resources, and can I help you? Well, like Mrs. Smith right there on Patterson Street, she wanted to get the piece of property that was next door to her, and she didn't know how to do it. So I said, look, I'll take you down. We'll go to Land Bank. We'll go through the process and everything. And we did. I picked her up. We went down to Land Bank. We filled out all the information. You know, I was right there, the whole procedure for her. And then she says, well, what do I do now? She had to register it. So I took over to the Register of Deeds, did the whole process there. And it's just like, and she says, nobody's ever done that for me. Nobody ever cared about me. And it's just like, this is just me. This is what I am. This is what I do. I'm going to make sure you're okay.
That's amazing. And I've got one of your handouts here that I'm looking over, and I see that a meth lab seminar. What's a meth lab seminar? Does that teach us how to make meth?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, no.
Right.
I read a report just recently about meth, and it's starting to slowly come back into this area. And I just wanted to warn the block clubs too. These are the
We have a call?
We have a call? Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi. How
I
are
have
you?
a question for your guest.
Well, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kathleen, and I'm calling from Flint.
Well, welcome, Kathleen. Thanks for calling in. And who's your question for?
For Lynn, I just wanted to know, what is she going to do? Her part is to get the vote out on Tuesday, November 3rd, to get people to come out and vote, since voter turnout has been consistently low.
Well, what I'm doing is trying to go out door to door. I'm trying to do telephone calls to let people know this is an important vote. We have the opportunity to really make a difference in Flint, and a positive difference in Flint. So, you know, I tell block clubs, I said, tell your block club members, call their friends, call their relatives. I've been talking to different local businesses to let them know that, you know, here's some flyers. I mean, just get out and vote, people. And, you know, people that I meet on the streets, I mean, I got people when I go to Sam's, I'll wear my t-shirt, you know, elected Lynne Waybright, and they'll stop me, and it's just like Bruce says, oh, I'll just do the shopping for you. You know, I'm there for 20 minutes talking and saying, you know, this is important. I'm trying to listen to what they need, and so get out and vote, please.
When you do knock on the doors, how well are you received?
Very well. I was surprised on how well, because some of the neighborhoods are rough neighborhoods. There was an area that we went in and cleaned up, and right beside the house that we were cleaning up was a gang. And so I asked them, I said, do you mind if I cleaned up in your area a little bit? So they were very cautious of me, and I just started cleaning up, and then lo and behold, they started bringing out their cleaning supplies and everything. And the one gentleman said,
nice.
You know what, lady? He said, for a white woman, you're all right. And he says, we're going to do whatever we can to help you. And it's just like, see, that's what we need to do. We need to reach out and let these young kids know that you don't need to be in a hood, that we care about you. And that's why it was so important that I showed them that by cleaning up their yard. And I did. We had it all cleaned up, and
That's
they were
great.
so proud of that. And it's just like, that's what I'm going to continue doing. And it's just like, you know, like I told some, I said, you know, it's kind of like in God's hands too. You know, you do the best that you can. You try and get to as many people as you can. You let them know that November 3rd is the election, and you physically have to get out there and vote. So, you know, you just pray and hope the best.
Do you plan on voting, Kathleen?
Absolutely.
Good girl.
Good.
Yes. And tell all your friends, please.
I do. Well, good luck with your the rest of your campaign and on Election Day.
Thank you very much.
I hope you're successful.
Thank you. So do I.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was loud.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. So we were talking about the meth lab seminar.
Meth lab.
What does that entail?
Mr. Johnson, I believe it was.
Mr. Johnson, yeah.
I think it was who came into our seminar. He came in and actually showed us a film about meth and some of the things that we need to watch out for, like the smells, and especially I was concerned about that if there's any meth labs in our neighborhoods, that what they're doing is taking and using like Coke bottles and syringes and things like that and throwing them into empty lots.
Is there a certain smell we should be looking for?
Yes, I wish I would have brought more information on that,
Sure.
but I have all the information, and actually Frank Washington, that was his name, excuse me, Frank Washington with the State Police Meth Lab Division. He was the one that came up and did our seminar. Excellent man, and we had a really good turnout for that. But yes, there's certain smells that we need to look for. I believe it was kind of like a sweet, sickening smell. That you watch out for, but you watch out for like bottles that look like they have urine in them,
Right.
you know, things like that. And
Now,
it's just like, go ahead.
Where did the meth lab seminar originate? How did it come about? Where, you know?
Actually, I saw a partial seminar about meth labs, and then I went up to Mr. Washington and I asked him afterwards, I said, I am so concerned about our neighborhood block clubs going into empty lots and cleaning, and I said, I want to make sure that they are aware that if they see something suspicious, they don't touch it, because you know kids,
Sure.
they go, oh man, 5 cents, 10 cents for that bottle, I'm going to pick it up, and if they have any cuts or anything like that in their hand and they
Right.
touch the meth, boom, they've got it.
So you initiated it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Wow.
of course.
That's amazing.
So, no, that's me. I'm sorry. It's just I'm concerned. And if I can bring something that's going to help somebody or help a block club or help our community, I'm going to make sure they come into our area and speak with us. Like today, and that's why I was late coming on your show. I was just talking to Michigan Now, and they had heard of me, and they said, how can we get in touch with you? And so through a friend, we were talking. And it's just like they want to come in and help us rebuild. And that's how I want to look at Flint. You know, yes, I know we are shrinking in our population, but you know what? Don't look at it this way. This is a blank canvas for us.
Right.
We can
Right.
rebuild. We've got so many assets here, people. Let's look at it. There are so many people that want to start homegrown businesses, and that's where my expertise was starting up a bed and breakfast in Owasso. You know, when we first went to Owasso, people thought we were stupid. I mean, literally, they thought we were stupid. They go, nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to want to do a bed and breakfast. And it's just like, watch. You know,
Right.
hello. Wow,
Now-
that's loud.
Now, one of the things that I want to ask you about, if elected, what's your position on the Renaissance Zone? The
We gotta
Renaissance
continue
Zone.
it. Don't even go any further. We got to keep it going.
Okay.
That is so powerful and that's so helpful. And that's where City Council needs to come together on that and say, look, you got to keep it.
Right, and I can attest to that. My
I know.
home, I've saved about $3,000 a year in the Renaissance Zone, and the Renaissance Zone has helped me I put the money back into my home. I
See?
paint the house. I put the fence up. You do the landscaping, and it saved me money, and I've reinvested into my community.
It's a win-win situation.
But nobody's talking about it. It's expiring right under their footsteps, right under their feet, and nobody's talking about it. And you know what? I have to give you kudos here. You're the only one that I've heard mention extending it or talking about it.
Well, see, I was on the board of review.
Right.
Or I am on the board of review, and I saw a lot of people coming in with that, and it's just like, we got to keep it. I mean, our area on Seminole Street isn't quite a historical area because my house is just a little over 50 years old, but
Right.
it can be, and I want to make sure that we keep the integrity with our neighborhood, and I think this is just one way that we can keep the integrity to help people. That's what the Renaissance Zone is
Sure.
all about, is helping, giving you that edge.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk to you about is at the beginning of the show, when you were on, you mentioned John Carpenter. What a guy.
Isn't he
Amazing guy.
was fantastic.
This guy, I want to tell the viewers at home, John Carpenter worked for the city of Flint, the Department of Transportation, under Mayor Williamson and then interim Mayor Brown. And this guy, he came into my neighborhood before to do cleanups on Saturday. He's called me and said, hey, Ryan, what's going on with this lot over here? Let's get it cleaned up. And you mentioned the success you had with him.
Yep.
But yet, the Mayor Dane Walling, has axed the guy. He's gone.
I know.
Cut him out.
We were devastated over
What
the
is going on with that? And why aren't the residents of the city of Flint speaking up and saying, hey, wait a minute. You got rid of... And the guy lives in Davison. He doesn't even live in the city of Flint. John Carpenter doesn't. But he's here making a difference on a Saturday. I don't know one politician, and I don't know probably very few city council people that come to the urban core of Flint on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'm not up at 9 a.m. on Saturdays, okay? And he's doing a cleanup.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow, and they got rid of him. Any thoughts on that?
Like I said, we were devastated, and I still am. I don't understand, and I've been asking questions, and no one can give me a straight answer about it. I mean, you hear rumors, but it's just like, I want to hear from the horse's mouth. I want to hear from Dane Walling why he took this man. I mean, I was talking to John on a weekly basis with all the problems that we had in the Fifth Ward. And then, granted, I can't be everywhere. And it's just like I had to be very careful because, remember, I'm just a regular citizen doing all this. I mean, I am not your council person yet. So I had to be careful in how I did things. And that's why kind of like we did the National Block Club Coalition and the Block by Block Revitalization Organization. But it's just like, he helped us so much, like 37 houses.
We got to get him back. But we have a phone caller on the line right now.
Yeah, yes, you do. Okay. Caller, are you there yet?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Ryan Eashoo Show.
Hi.
How are you?
I feel like I'm interrupting.
No, come on.
I was listening to you talk about things to benefit the city of Flint, and I was thinking actually about the Vampire Ball, which is this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
Are you going, Lynn?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to. Did you put something on my Facebook?
Oh gosh, yeah, there is. It is being talked about on Facebook. Yeah, because Voltaire is going to be there, and Bellamorte, and people are going to be dressed crazy.
Oh, well, if you saw me today, you think I am dressed crazy. But
Who's calling?
Yeah.
Who do we have on the line?
Oh, my name is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
No. Oh, I love
Wednesday Lee Friday. Yes, I'm a novelist, actually, and I'm going to be there signing books and selling them and stuff.
Wow.
Excellent. Okay. I don't know. Should I do this? Should I give him my cell phone number? Everybody else knows my cell phone number. Okay. Everybody knows who I am. Give me a call, and I'm serious about this. My cell phone number is 444-5758, and I can even give you my home phone. So...
A city council person giving out their cell phone and home number. I mean, what?
Oh, hey. And now here's my home phone. Now I want you to call me. Promise me you'll call me. And my home phone number is 820-7239. Okay? And I'll try and come.
Hey, Wednesday, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, why we got you on the line? What do you do? What do you write about? Who are you?
Oh, who am I? Good question. I am a horror novelist. I have 2 books that are out now. I have another book coming out in February. And I write psychological thrillers. They're very scary, but they're also sort of funny. They're kind of bloody, not really for kids or faint-hearted people.
Is it like Harry Potter?
Yes. I do, but not Twilight.
Not Twilight.
Now listen, if you don't...
No, vampires come out during the night. Thank you very much.
Do they sparkle in the sunlight?
I'm going to buy a copy of your book, so I want you to sign it for me, okay?
Well, I will do that, actually. I will have copies of both of my novels and also a great anthology from my publishing house that has a lot of different authors.
Now, may I ask you a question? Do you live in Flint?
I do not, actually. I live in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
And when I heard that there was a big fundraiser event happening, Michigan is going through such a tough time right now. Mm-hmm. I really think that we should all be pulling together and helping out wherever help is needed. And if there's something going on to help the city of Flint, I want to be in on it.
Well, listen, I've got lots of property, and I know Ryan can help you on this. That is right in the 5th Ward. We'd love to have you come live in the 5th Ward with us.
It'd probably give you a lot of ideas for future books.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Now, Wednesday, can you tell her, we talked about the Vampire Ball last week, and I'm glad you called. Can you tell us when the Vampire Ball is, number 1, and number 2, if people can't make it to the Vampire Ball, how can they get a hold of you and check out your work?
Oh, well, the Vampire Ball is this Saturday, so that's the 24th, and it's at the Masonic Temple. You'll want to be getting there around 7:30, 8 o'clock in that time.
Okay.
If you're looking for me on the web, I am at WednesdayLeeFriday.com.
Okay.
WednesdayLeeFriday.com.
Yes.
Excellent. What's your most recent book that you have out? What's the title?
My most recent novel that came out is called The Cat's Apprentice, and it's a magic book about, well, I don't really want to give too much away. It's about revenge and magic and women being empowered.
Oh, good girl. I like that.
Excellent. And then for people that are attending the Vampire Ball, you'll have a little setup there where people could buy your book there?
I will.
Excellent.
I will. There's me, and there's actually another author that's going to be there, Roxanne Rhodes. And she writes sort of adult thrillers that are very dark and sinister.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so it's well worth checking out.
Believe it or not, this may be hard for you to believe, but I've heard of you. I have friends in the Ann Arbor area and actually the Lansing area that have spoke about you before. So it's really amazing that you called in Wednesday.
Thank you.
Also, there's some people in the chat room too that are like followers of your work or have read your work. They're mentioned in the chat room here. I don't know if you're seeing it, but they're talking about your work. They said the Cat's Apprentice and stuff like that. So you got people, your fans are right here in the chat room. So.
Aw, that's so nice.
And Wednesday.
Thanks. Hi, fans.
If you ever get in the Flint area or want to come up here, we'd love to have you on the show and talk about your books and everything. I think that'd be great. Because you got a lot of
followers. Oh, well, that would be great.
You got a lot of followers. Actually, we got an email for you. Do you have a minute to answer this email?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Rhonda in Carroll, Michigan wants to know. She said, Ryan, ask Wednesday when her next book's coming out, and what is it about?
Oh, well, my new book comes out on Valentine's Day of next year, so Valentine's Day 2010.
Okay.
It is called Kiss Me Like You Love Me, and it is about a serial killer and his boyhood friend.
Ooh.
I know everybody says this, but I think it's my best book yet.
It sounds like a love story.
Well, that's why we picked Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, and everyone that's listening, this Saturday, the Vampire Ball, Masonic Temple, 7:30 p.m., entertainment, food, drinks. Wednesday's going to be there. And everyone keeps talking about, I always get the name wrong, Voltaire. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Can you tell people that are listening right now who he is? Because I've got a ton of people. I'm not swearing here. I don't know if I'm being beeped out or not. I'm really not swearing. Can you tell us who is he? I mean, I got probably 20 emails since our last show. Oh my God, he's going to be there. Oh, you know how to get tickets.
Yeah, well, and rightly so, because Voltaire is amazing. He is a singer. He is a director. He makes movies. He does animation. He does books and comics out. I mean, he can do anything, and he's going to be there singing for us. He is a gothy, macabre sort of guy with a wicked sense of humor. I can't say enough good things about Voltaire. I love him.
That's awesome because he does have a following because a lot of people have emailed me about him. So I'm hoping maybe we can talk to him at the event and introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
And
I hear that he's very friendly. He's all over the internet. He's at MySpace and Facebook, and he's pretty easy to find.
I heard he's a real vampire. Is that true?
I haven't met him. Hopefully I'll be meeting him for the first time on Saturday.
Wow, okay. Excellent.
And then I guess I'll find out.
Yeah. and don't forget they're going to have Blood Light.
Oh, geez.
So you got to have some of that. So
That's good.
Wednesday, well, thanks for calling in. Is anything else you want to say?
No, just thanks for having me. It was so fun.
It was nice talking to you.
You're welcome, and we appreciate you calling in.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm excited about that, by the way. I'm going as a 70s vampire.
Yeah. You look the type, though.
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the 70s. I'm going to have my polyester on and my neckerchief or whatever the heck you call those things, and I'm going to throw my hair out. Yeah, it's going to be huge. And so I'm excited. I hope people come out and say hi if they're there.
Now, see, that's really loud. I just see these are all the positive things that are happening in Flint.
Sure. And they're bringing national acts.
I know. And come on, people. Flint's a great place.
And I wonder how many city council people or candidates are going to be there.
I don't know. Oh, I'm
I
going to
bet
try.
very few.
I will try.
So that'll be interesting, because
see if you can spot the candidates.
yeah, and what they're dressed up as.
Oh, yeah. I should go really good.
We have a caller on the line.
Yep. Hi, Ryan. Hey, I got a question for you.
Sure.
You guys, you're always talking about improving Flint, and so is Lynne there. You guys, she sounds like she's doing a great job.
Thanks.
But I want to know how in the world can we motivate these people, like in the areas of like Second and Asylum area? How can we motivate these people? I mean, they don't think beyond the crack pipe or whatever. Speaking from personal experience, I want to know how we can get them to help us clean it up too.
Speaking from personal experience as far as what goes.
Oh, just my friend lived over there for a long time, and a lot of those people aren't cleaning up their areas, and they're mostly on drugs and stuff like that.
I just wanted to confirm, because you said crack pipe and then a personal experience. I just wanted to clarify that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually going to turn this over to Lynne, because, Lynne is just, you've been phenomenal. I mean, you know what I mean? We're very fair and balanced here, but I got to be honest, this gal here, who's calling?
It's Brian Sparks.
Hey, Brian. This Lynne Waybright has basically just been phenomenal. She's in my ward, and she's just been phenomenal. And her husband and the people, she's motivated people. She's contagious, okay? Lynne Waybright is contagious. and she just, she's improving the area. And so I'm going to turn the question over to you, Lynne.
Wow. I mean, did you hear me earlier when I told you that we were down on this particular street, and it was actually Green Street that I was on, and there is this gang member house, and
I heard that earlier. Yeah, I heard your story.
What I'm doing is just like some of these really slummy areas. I mean, you would not believe what we have picked up, and it's just like I have picked up from dead carcasses to needles to medical supplies to I mean the dead carcasses. I mean where they had maggots growing in them, and you're just picking them up and doing it, and it's just like. First of all, you don't give up, and you don't go in there and think like, oh, they don't care, because sometimes people care more than they're showing, and it's just like, seriously, and I'll come over. Like, did you hear my number and everything? Call me. I'm not afraid to get out and do this, because once people start seeing that you care about them and doing it, it's just like, wow, she can do that? I can do it too. And it's just like, because sometimes you do. I can shame some of these guys in there, and it's just like when I'm pulling and digging and lifting, 30, 40 pounds of garbage to the street, they go, oh man, this little 5'2" person here is doing this, and it's just like, well, so like, but please just don't give up hope. Flint is
I applaud you, Lynne. Actually, you're doing a great job. I just want to know how we can motivate everyone else and get them in the game to help too.
Good point. Lynne, how do we motivate other people and get them involved in the solution? Because that's one of my goals of this show, is to put people like you behind the mic and in front of the camera and spotlight there's a camera. You didn't know that?
I didn't know there was a camera. Oh, God. Oh, man, you better not show this to anybody.
You're live,
Oh, no. They didn't say this. I have no makeup or anything on. Oh, God.
She looks fine.
I'm going to look away from the camera now.
So anyways, how do we get other people? Brian's trying to say, how do we get other people to do what you're doing? I mean, you're just giving a ton of your time, and maybe somebody doesn't have a lot of time to give, but what can they do to get involved? Can people call you?
Call me.
Please
call me.
Okay. Yeah, because it's really hard to motivate people if they're on drugs or drinking, or most of the neighborhood. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah. What I did is that one person can make a difference. I've gone in there and I've just sat there and I talked with the people. Sometimes you spend literally hours just listening to their problem, and it's just like while I'm listening to the problem, I'm cleaning up and trying to find solutions. And like that's what I mean. Don't give up. I mean, I'll come out. I will help you do whatever I can. I will make sure that they have the resources there for them, and show them that there's a better life for them.
So Brian, once again, Lynne's number is 444-5758. Give her a
my
call.
Cell.
Okay.
Or call me at home. Okay. Because if you can't get me one or the other, I'll call you back. I promise. I will call you back.
Okay.
And we appreciate your call, Brian.
And I appreciate you, Ryan. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, Lynne, we got to wrap it up here for today. Wow. The time has just flown by. You got 30 seconds to tell people where can they go if they want to send you a check to help you, if they want to help volunteer with you, if they want to just tell you thank you? Where can they go? How can they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me by the 2 phone numbers, or come visit me. I live right at 1648 Seminole Street.
And now she gives out her address.
I don't care. I mean, that's what I'm here for.
That's great. I'm just shocked.
That's
I'm
what
shocked.
public service is all about.
And
I'm supposed to be there.
So go ahead, quick. I interrupted you.
But that's okay.
Sorry.
Just come visit me.
Phone number is
444-5758. That's my cell phone. That's the best way to get a hold of me. What is my new website? I just got one.
Or Facebook.
Oh yeah, give me my Facebook.
Okay. Lynne Waybright.
Lynne Waybright. I think
just search you.
Yeah, just search me. You see, I told you I'm not good.
You're fine. You've done a great job.
Call me.
We're glad you came on the show.
Thanks.
And we have to wrap it up for today. It's been a great hour. We appreciate everyone that's out there listening. We appreciate the phone calls. Phone calls were great today. And all the emails. I'm sorry we haven't been able to get to all of them.
Come to the party on Saturday.
The Vampire Ball, don't forget. And come say hi, because you probably won't recognize me and I won't recognize you.
You won't recognize me. I guarantee you. Yeah, see if you can recognize me.
I'm Ryan Eashoo for Lynne Waybright and myself. And we're going to say goodbye.
Bye-bye,
and we'll
everybody.
see you next week.